Dr. Morgan, I want to talk a little bit to you about who you are and what your history is and how you came to be here in Cache Valley. And also, I want you to take a little time and talk about your staff and introduce them in a way to our viewers so that we know what we can expect when we come here.
Certainly. Thanks, Suzanne. I'm actually a nurse practitioner. I started out as a registered nurse here in 2003. I worked quite a few years in the emergency department at one of the local hospitals. I went back to get my advanced practice training in both emergency and family practice in 2007. I finished my nurse practitioner training in 2010 and my doctoral training just this year, actually. So, and that title is a Doctor of Nursing Practice. It's a DNP. One of our staff is also a DNP, nurse practitioner, and board certified in family practice, as well as myself. We do have medical assistants. We have one paramedic here and they all do a great job. They actually work harder than I do. So, my wife, she also works here. She's the office manager, and she's the one that kind of keeps myself as well as the rest of the staff in line.
So there's you and there's another nurse practitioner. What's the name?
The two other nurse practitioners, one is Dr. Morrison, Todd Morrison, as well as Dave Skalka. Dr. Skalka, he's from Farmington, but he comes up and helps us out every week to take some of the load off of myself so I can at least have a day or two off each week.
Sure, because you've talked about your hours. You're open from 10 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, and I was thinking that's a lot of hours for one person to be here all the time, but you've got people that help carry the load and carry the shift and therefore servicing our community in a great way.
Absolutely. In fact, those hours that I mentioned, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, and then 10 to 8 on Saturday, those were my hours from the time we opened in November until about end of June of this year when I hired these two other providers at the clinic, which has been nice. That's been my schedule for almost 3 years now, and it's nice to have some time off. But thanks to Cache Valley, we've been very well accepted into the community. We've had a great reception from the Valley, and we have a good, busy practice here. Thanks to Cache Valley.
That's great. Well, that must mean you're doing a good job to be successful already. I want to revisit something we've talked about before. We talked about that this is a cost-effective way to get health care, and that you've got this thing called a membership program for those that don't have insurance or that maybe will never be able to meet their deductible with insurance. Will you revisit that with me for just a minute?
Absolutely. The membership program is essentially, it works similar to a gym membership. You pay a monthly fee. For example, a family of 3 would pay $75 a month to get unlimited access to the clinic here. That includes every service that we offer through the clinic, no matter if it's x-rays, stitches, a cough, cold, sore throat, bronchitis, sinus infection, bladder infection. The possibilities as far as their care is pretty much limitless. Now, if they need to be in the emergency department, we'll let them know they need to be in the emergency department. What we don't want to do is take patients away from those who have primary care providers that provide a great service for the patients. We're here as a service to those folks who cannot get in to see their primary care provider in a timely manner and need something to happen right then. As far as the membership program, I would like to touch on that program as far as employers go. A lot of employers, particularly those who will not be required to provide insurance for their employees if they're under the 50-person limit, as that takes effect, employers who would like to provide something for their employees, even though it's not insurance, they can sign up their employees under our membership program, under our corporate sponsorship part of that program. More information is on our website at mtnviewurgentcare.com regarding corporate sponsored memberships. But the price is essentially the same. It's $25 per person per month or per employee per month to have that access to our clinic here.
That's such a great thing to know, because healthcare has gotten so expensive, so overwhelming for families, and a lot of people will just go without coming even for well checks, or if something happens, they just sort of hope that they can fix it themselves. And this is such a great benefit for families and for small businesses, like you said. I think it's just a great thing.
Absolutely. You know, unfortunately, a lot of people do forego necessary health care, whether it's preventative care or even stitches. They try to glue themselves, they super glue themselves shut, and for lacerations that shouldn't be super glued. But unfortunately, they do forego those necessary services because of the cost, and that's why we're here. We want to provide a service that they can afford. That is a good, high quality healthcare service, one that they can come in, be seen quickly, and get out and get on with their lives.
That's just so awesome. Great comfort for me and others in our valley. Thank you so much, Dr. Morgan, and I hope that he'll be seeing you soon.